Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard, your host for this pre market session. And each morning we watch and listen for stocks to pop up on this screen. They will be called out if they are up here, and we will have to visually look for these green labels down below in these two scans. Once we see a stock we're interested in, I will click on it, and the first thing we check is this current bar volume. It needs to be green, and this number needs to really be flowing fast. We need to see lots of activity. This is the volume in the last candle that's over here on the chart. And when it's green, it represents sellers. Buyers. And when it's red, it represents sellers. If once we confirm the volume, we want money flow. This is a very fast moving indicator. It's tracking money in and out. So we want a green line above yellow and pointing as far north as possible. At the same time, down here in Dominator Master, we want the buyer volume higher than this yellow average volume line, which like you see here. So once we pick a stock, we see this label's green and the numbers flying. The money flow looks good. Dominator Master has green bars. Then you want to wait on these two labels to fire green. And in reality, once you get used to this, you will be getting in before these two turn green. But this is the trigger point when the price usually starts rising, when both of these are green and these percentages are above 85 or 90%. If you are new here, I suggest you watch these live streams many times before you try to follow or chase or whatever type of trading you do. This is a strategy that we use here to play these pre-market stocks. So make sure you attend, learn to read the indicators, maybe write it down on paper, your entry, your exit, and your results. If you continue to be profitable on paper, then trade real money, but trade small share size, anywhere between 1 and 10 shares. And if you continue to be profitable with real money, the only thing you need to do to increase your profit is increase your share size. I'm also not a financial advisor. Make sure you reach out to the proper authorities before you take any of my advice or use any of my indicators. And if you continue past this point right here, you are accepting full responsibility for your actions if you may lose money or win money. And do not hold volumespikes.com liable for any decisions you make on your side. In your active trader, make sure that your TIF is on EXT so you don't miss a trade. And good morning to everyone and YouTubers. Haven't seen too much moving this morning. We have about 2 minutes left here. Eli Lilly shot up from earnings. This is the ETF for Eli Lilly, LLYX. Haven't seen much volume activity in this column. Patiently waiting. This is what we do. We have coffee and we wait. If anything's moving, it should pop up. We should be notified in any of these three scans. We don't get every one of them, but we get most of them. BOXL, $1.85, getting a few buyers coming in. I'm looking at the current bar volume, which has great flow and it's green, but money flow is red. There's some profit taking going on. We need two green labels up here for this price to rise. You can see when we get up there and above 80%, 85%, the price starts going up. Pushing up a little bit higher here to $1.96. Seems to have a lot of resistance currently trying to get any higher. Make sure you take profits as it's rising. Lock it in as it's paying you. Maybe just sell partials on the way up or sell all of it if you bought enough at the beginning. Watching money flow here, we have a nice tall volume bar of buyers way above this yellow average volume line down in Dominator Master. Lots of profit taking going on. They got tired of waiting. It would not break out. It tried. We saw it on the labels. But everybody's giving up. It looks like they're bailing out. Money flow is negative. Well, there is life out there in the market. We just saw a heartbeat. Too bad it didn't stick around. LIMN looking north, currently at a buck 32. Checking volume. It's not the greatest. There's no battle going on here in that candle. Just a few people coming in, money flow barely looking up off the bottom. Probably not a good play at this time. Not finding too much at the current moment. Money flow is negative. Well, I'm not seeing too much. I'm watching 13 scans this morning. Nothing is really moving. This is where we get our patients tested, I guess. Going to explore the market here for a minute, see if I can find anything, or just at least check the results. CPLTR is coming down a bit. SoFi coming down. APLD, no activity yet. Qs are down. Could be looking at a down day, it looks like. Got to have a lot of volume. We don't have volume. There's no sense in even posting a stock pick. We are volatility traders. If no activity, we have nothing to trade. No battle going on here. There's no big drive to really push this stock up where we can pick up a few shares and get out. Is it going up? Yes. If you like to buy them and hang on forever, you might make a bit. I'm looking for it's breaking out. I'm in and I'm out in a minute or less. You can have halts in pre-market if it's a news halt that's going to be devastating to the stock itself. Like if it's a bad news thing, they will halt it before the news comes out. Let everything calm down before they release that news. Very rarely is there a halt in pre-market, but there is halts in pre-market. Few buyers coming in, BOXL, not a whole bunch to really drive it. Money flow is way down at the bottom. We need tall green bars. Green represents buyers, and if they are not above average buyers, in other words, more buyers than normal, then the price don't move. Not seeing no breakouts here, just a couple of bouncers. Occasional buyer comes in and occasional seller goes out. I've seen that day happen many times, Gary. Doesn't happen too often, but it does happen.
BOXL.
Few buyers coming into BOXL. I could see the pressure building. They were pushing it up. This bar started getting taller. They are coming in now. It's 206 currently. The question is, will they continue and can they flip this indicator around? We need yellow also moving north. Let's see if the price holds or they sell it back down. We need these percentages to be above 85, preferably 90, 95, and 100. And these two labels green. Some profit taking going on. Money flow is showing weakness over here, keeps flipping to red. %, buyers. Let's see if they can break through here. They're giving it a try. They're trying to push the price higher. Must be a bunch of sellers sitting up here because that attempt did not work. Money flow still pointing north. They're still trying. Green bar above the yellow. Some sellers on board to try to fight it. Struggling to get any higher. This is not the kind of play we're looking for. We're looking for something to break out and just keep running up, a slight pullback, and then a continuation up. This is kind of just chop. Make your best guess. Not a safe play here. Few more buyers trying to push the price higher. We still have the sellers sitting up here. The buyers are trying to get it to go, but there's a lot of selling up there. We need a taller bar here above that yellow line for another attempt to push it up.
BOXL.
There we go, pushing up higher. We got the two green labels on that attempt. Only getting pennies. I'm not even going to try to play this one. Not my type of trade. FEED, I'm being told. Got tall wicks on every candle up there at the top. That tells me there's lots of sellers on board. Might have been some bag holders on this one bailing out as it's going up. Money flow is headed south. Dominator bar is more than half red. Labels up here are red. Once again, just by looking at the candles, this is not my kind of trade. I'm not interested in this stock. It's had a lot of chop to it. It gapped up several times. They sold it off hard, came back up, sold it off again. That's not the struggle I want to get into. You look at this chart closely, you can see that the buyers pushed it all the way up to here, but the sellers were able to push it all the way back down to here. So total loss of all gains. Now they're attempting again. I don't want to fight that kind of battle. Well, still waiting on that good breakout to happen. I haven't seen it yet. Most all of my scans are blank. That's how dead the market is. FEED looks like they've bought up enough of the sellers to get it to go a little higher, currently at 320. Because the volume is so low on this stock, I'm not interested in buying it even if it goes up. We don't have a battle going on. There may be a few people battling it out, but there's not a million people battling it out. I want to see a war going on inside that candle, and I don't have it here. Continuing to go up slowly if you are in this stock. It's a rough ride. You're going to have a rough ride with this kind of volume. Your next candle, you're having to guess which way it's going to go if you are in this trade. We need a power push, continuing power push, and we don't have it. We do have the occasional buyer coming in. Feed is holding up here, but we are developing some wicks on the top from the sellers taking profit. Once again, they are trying to keep pushing it. Look how many times they have attempted to get this to break out and keep going. It's been really rough. Now it's some profit taking or sellers trying to keep it down. CIGL doesn't look good overall. It's been trending downwards. Checking the volume, the current bar volume, which would be this candle, it's pretty much stopped. It's already in our scan, so we are aware that it's moving. They're still trying to push feed higher. This live stream up here has been having trouble this week. I'm going to go ahead and refresh it, see if I can get it going. Well, it looks like they're giving up on feed. It's called UltraView. I forgot who gave it to me. I think Big Mike did, maybe. I think Big Mike referred that over to me. What a slow morning. We haven't seen one of these in a while. We have been doing really good considering the market's not been in that great a shape. Of course, the morning's not over yet. It only takes one good one. Not seeing any volume moving in these columns, even though we have green labels. Milo, is that 77% win rate? Is that overall since the beginning of the year or since you started? It goes weekly. Thank you, Milo. That's good. That's very good. 77%. Feed is pushing up here. They're still trying to keep it going. This is the trouble area up here. This is another attempt. I don't know if they're going to get it done or not, but here's the dead spot right up here. I'll go ahead and put a resistance level there. If you want to watch it continuously, catch it on a pullback, you may pick up 8 or 10 cents, maybe 20 if you're lucky. Just not my kind of trade. Now they're trying to push above that 334. We do not have two green labels up here, and the percentages are low. They are trying to push it. It's not a battle. It's just a few people messing around here.
EVTV.
Chris, he's tracking his portfolio. Jeffrey, I am a coder. I've been coding Thinkorswim for about 16 years. Everything up here is custom. You won't find any of these in Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim doesn't provide me with the indicators other than maybe an MACD
EVTV.
based indicator, but nothing comes close to being able to monitor the percentage of buyers and sellers. I discovered a way to do that, and that's what I'm tracking up here. What the percentages are the buyer percentage, is it higher than the seller percentage, and vice versa?
EVTV.
So according to the buyers and sellers, I'm tracking what they're doing. Gives me a very high win rate. I don't think anybody's came up with a strategy like this. I don't see anybody preaching it. If they did, I believe I'm the first one to try to flip it around and get away from A crossing B. My theory was to look deep down inside this candle and tell and figure out what they're doing. Is there more buyers or more sellers? Is the volume higher? Is it volume lower? SLAB, that looks almost like a sellout or a buy offer when they jump like this. Maybe somebody trying to buy them out. Still a bunch of chop and feed. No great runs here. Nothing set in stone that you can count on. Money flow is all over the place, but mostly trending down. This means the buyer interest is fading away. You can see how tall the volume was at one point. Now our volume is fading away.
EVTV.
These buyers and sellers are fading away.
EVTV.
So Texas Instruments is buying SLAB. That's why the gap up probably won't do much more than what you see there.
EVTV.
Research first, and decisions are later. You have to know what's going on before you make a decision to throw money at something.
EVTV.
EVTV. Right up here in the scan. EVTV pushing higher. Checking the volume, it is green. It looks
EVTV.
like they are attempting to maybe continue pushing this one higher. We should see a pullback here for some profit taking. If we get that pullback, I'll put a line in. Money flow has gone up, but now there is profit taking going on, but still a lot of buyers in that candle. You can see it's mostly green, now mostly red. I'm a bit late on this one. I would not buy the top here. Money flow is pulling off really hard. Price is holding. Let's see if more buyers step back in here. We need these labels to turn green if the push is going to continue. There's the green. Let's see if
EVTV.
they can continue pushing. We lost our money flow there. So we are weak up here at the top. Don't think I would buy into it up here. Money flow is headed south. Good job to those of you who made money on EVTV and was aware of it before I was. No trade on it for me. I did not chase it. LS gets 187.20. Over on YouTube, Tom gets 2,775. Good job, Tom. Pork chop, I do not trade only small caps. I trade all price ranges. In pre-market, these are only what pops up. Sometimes we'll get an $8 or a $10 stock. Sometimes a 50 or a
EVTV.
$80 stock. It all depends on the pre-market. So anything that's moving, so to speak, I'm my price range is $1 to $500. So anything can pop up in that price range in pre-market. I don't specifically trade a certain price range. I do prefer the higher price ranges, but I'm not looking for a specific price before I trade. I'm looking for volatility to trade. I hope that makes sense to you. So whatever pops up, I'm willing to trade it if I feel comfortable with it. I mean, I've seen Amazon pop up in pre-market. We've seen Palantir pop up. It just all depends on what's moving. And lately, the mid and large caps haven't been moving too good. Judith, I don't make predictions on stocks. I only monitor the current activity. If it's not happening here and now, I'm not interested. So to try to explain to you where SLV might be in the future, that's not I'm not that person.
EVTV.
EVTV, a few people coming in. Look at money flow, though. It does not look too stable. Shorter bars. Still not going to chase the top up here. My indicators do not work on TradingView. What a lot of people have been doing is they're running the Thinkorswim for the charting, and they're doing their trading on, they're buying and selling over on TradingView or on Webull. If they don't like, if their account's not with Thinkorswim, they're trading on other platforms but using this for charting. All right, YouTubers, that free hour is coming to a close. Was a tough morning. I didn't even get a trade in, so I know how you feel as well. We'll try again on Friday. If you just found us, we stream live 3 days a week on YouTube for free for 1 hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 6 o'clock a.m. Central Time. We appreciate each and every one of you who join us every morning. I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a coder and a trader. I've been trading on this platform since the 1990s. I've been coding it for 16 years. I'm trying a different approach here. I've been coding this for a couple years now, trying to get everything together. And I've done, to me, in my opinion, a fantastic job and proof by all the members that are using it. It does work. I'm monitoring buyers and seller percentages, but I'm doing it in a special kind of way. And it works for anyone that's willing to learn it. But thanks for joining me every morning. If you haven't clicked the link at the top of the chat in YouTube, that'll take you over to volumespikes.com. You can read more about me and the community. We have a lot of traders on board, and everybody's helping everybody. Most all of us are on the same system. Some of us have added to this setup because they can't get rid of the stuff they've been using for years, basically. But even if you added some of this stuff to your current strategy, it's going to help you out. But thanks for joining me this morning. I'll be back live on Friday at 6 a.m. Central Time. God bless you. Don't give it back if you make any today. It's going to be a tough one. I am out.